There are very few places to live in this world where you can be on your yacht at 5:45 and aboard a non-stop jet to Paris at 6:45.
There are very few cities in the world where all this is located within 10 to 15 minutes of all this.
Of course, I'm talking about Coral Gables, Florida. Now, you may be wondering why I'm talking about Coral Gables when I'm walking down this street in Paris. Well, actually, there are a couple of reasons. Reason number one, Coral Gables, along with Paris and Honolulu, has been cited by the Harvard Business Review as one of 3 global cities of the future. And the only one located in the continental United States. Reason number 2. Because Coral Gables now has a direct air link to Paris, and to London, and to Frankfurt, Amsterdam, and Madrid. Because there is now direct daily air service between Miami International Airport, just 10 minutes from Coral Gables, and all of Europe, and to the great cities in Canada like Montreal and Toronto. And to all Latin American countries as well. Between Coral Gables and Lima, Coral Gables and Mexico City, and Buenos Aires, and Rio de Janeiro, Quito, all of Latin America, as well as between Coral Gables and the great cities of the United States. Cities like New York and San Francisco, Boston and Dallas, Chicago and Los Angeles, Detroit, Minneapolis. My point is simply this. Precious few cities in the world are as uniquely qualified by reasons of location, international air transportation, and the quality of lifestyle to serve as the headquarters or branch office sites for multinational corporations. Coral Gables.
My family and I moved to Coral Gables when I was made Regional Managing Director for Pan American Airways. We all love it here. The lifestyle is magnificent. The main reason we moved here was because this is one of the most exciting areas in the world for someone in my profession. It's clear to me that the entire South Florida area is becoming one of the most influential areas in international trade and commerce in the world today.
This is due in large part to the unexcelled transportation facilities here. The area today is one of the most accessible in the world, with superior transportation facilities of every type. With Pan Am's regular flights from Miami to the great capitals of Europe and Latin America, we see the South Florida area as the key to 3 continents. And as the commercial and cultural nerve center that links Europe and Latin America to the United States in a triangle of great new trade routes. That's why so many multinational corporations have already moved to Coral Gables, and why so many are considering a move now. There is no doubt that Coral Gables offers unique advantages as a site for international headquarters and branch offices. Look who's already in Coral Gables.
Many people have asked me why we don't have our Latin American headquarters in Latin America. The answer is quite simple. It's much more efficient to have them right here in Coral Gables. Take a little thing like phone communications. It is much easier to call most places in Latin America from Coral Gables than it is to call from city to city within Latin America. And air transportation, well, you can probably get more direct flights to Latin American cities from Miami International Airport than you can from most cities in Latin America itself, and in many cases faster and cheaper. When you come right down to it, Miami is as much a Latin American city as it is a U.S. city. It offers the best of both worlds. One cannot overlook the importance of international shipping in the South Florida area. With its location, climate, and outstanding port facilities, South Florida is perfectly positioned for leadership in international shipping.
All you have to do is look around, and you can see the impact that international finance is having in the area. These names are already here, and of course, more are on the way.
The community leadership here is sophisticated. The Chamber of Commerce is one of the strongest in America. The Committee of 21 is comprised of executives with an international outlook. How many communities of about 40,000 people number among their residents dozens of top executives from the world's leading multinational corporations? That's why we call Coral Gables the global city of the future.
Coral Gables is the global city of the future. Coral Gables est la ville internationale de demain. Coral Gables é a cidade global do futuro.
Coral Gables es la ciudad global del futuro. Coral Gables ist die Stadt der Zukunft.
Coral Gables is the global city of the future.
You know, the thing I like about Coral Gables best is that it's a great climate for international business to grow. It's great for my children, too, to grow up in this area. Boy, we've got all the arts here, the theater, dancing. My daughter's into dancing. And sports, my son, he loves professional football. We go to the games quite regularly, and he's into soccer. The theater is great here. My wife and I go to the theater quite regularly. And if you want to go deep-sea fishing, for example, you can go out into the ocean. We're within minutes. It's not that far away. We just love it here. All of us, really. It's a great place to live. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else.
visit to Coral Gables, one of the world's most beautiful cities. Freshwater swimming in the world-famous Venetian pools, fed by cool artesian wells, is open to all visitors in the area.
City Beautiful traveled back in time this past weekend to make history while honoring it. In its early days back in the 1920s, the Venetian Pool was also the Venetian Casino and was often emptied of its 820,000 gallons of water for grandiose musical performances. It wasn't until 2001, for Coral Gables' 75th birthday, that the event was duplicated for a commemorative orchestra concert. And on Sunday evening, history repeated itself once again for a final tribute in the city's year-long 90th anniversary festivities.
Well, this is a once-in-a-lifetime event. The last time this was done was for the 75th anniversary, so you can imagine my staff, everybody's been so excited to put this event together, and we did it in 2 months. I mean, having the Miami Symphony Orchestra come and participate in this 90th anniversary is just amazing. Everybody's been so excited, and every person I spoke to with ticket sales, they were telling me their stories about pulling out the dresses of their aunts, their great aunts. Just this is history in the making, and the place looks beautiful. And having the pool empty, having it lit up, it's just a memory for everybody to leave with and just keep remembering. And when we come back here 10 years from now for the 100th, it's going to be even bigger and better.
This is fantastic. What a way to end the 90th anniversary celebration, but at the basin of the incomparable Venetian Pool. And I'm very lucky I get to play the first mayor of Coral Gables, Doc Dammers, one of George Merrick's teams. He was the head of his sales team. He was an auctioneer. He was an amazing guy. And just a fun character to play. I got the hat, the bow tie, the cane, and it's a lot of fun. But it's really a spectacular way to end what's been an amazing year of celebrations and events honoring our 90th anniversary as a city.
Well, it's not quite under the sea, but it's pretty close. This evening, the Miami Symphony Orchestra is performing for a full house at the bottom of the Venetian Pool as part of the city's grand finale celebration.
We've been delighted by this. The Miami City Orchestra was very gracious to come out for this event, and we're really excited to celebrate. I understand the first time they inaugurated the city was in this manner, so we're delighted to do the same way.
This is a great experience. I think it's an amazing way to celebrate the anniversary of the city. I think it's really special to have that tie-in of having that experience of it being the same way that they celebrated 90 years ago, and to be able to be here and be a part of it. I was born and raised in Coral Gables, so it's nice to celebrate your history.
It's spectacular. It's fantastic. 15 years ago, when we had the last event here, it was the 75th anniversary of the city, and I was on the commission at that time, and I was also the chairman. So we put on 75 different events for the year, and this was the culmination of it. And of course, it ties in with the chartering of the city date back in 1925. So it's a wonderful occasion. I cannot believe 15 years have just flown by. They've just melted away.
Under the direction of its world-renowned conductor, Eduardo Martuet, the extraordinary Miami Symphony Orchestra performed under a beautiful South Florida sunset in starlit night sky for a 1920s-inspired audience that included city officials, longtime residents, and special guests.
Something so unique to be able to be in this place, when we think so many years have passed, and still you have the luxury, or we have the luxury to have this preservation of a wonderful pool. So I was enchanted and feel very privileged to be able to play here in the 90th anniversary. I was so grateful that the mayor gave me the seal of the city, and as I said, the Miami Symphony was born here 27 years ago at the Culinary Hotel, so we feel part of Coral Gables. The first half we played Mozart and Grieg, very classical, and after the intermission we played Gershwin and some to song from Latino, Quizás, Quizás, and Frenesí with Lena Burke, fabulous. And the Gershwin with our great pianist, Ciro Fodel.
It really is the essence of Coral Gables. I think it's wonderful people enjoying a beautiful night, taking in the culture of the evening, enjoying everybody's company, and I think it's one of the things that sets us apart as a city. It's fantastic.
With 90 years of a dream realized, the city of Coral Gables looks ahead to a bright future and many more celebrations to come. For Coral Gables TV, I'm Brianna Moles.
Coral Gables' artistically designed entrances and plazas help define the city's historic architectural landscape. Perhaps one of the most recognizable is DeSoto Plaza, home to one of Coral Gables' most iconic structures, the DeSoto Fountain. The fountain was designed by renowned city artist Denman Fink and the famed landscape architect Frank M. Button, whose other works include the much-celebrated Lincoln Park in Chicago. Designed and built in the neo-Baroque architectural style, construction on the plaza and fountain was completed in 1924 and was named for the Spanish explorer Hernando de Soto. Gently lit by vintage lanterns, the fountain is encircled by colorful flowers and tall palms. The fountain pedestals support an obelisk and feature 4 relief carvings of faces containing water jets. The plaza not only serves as a traffic circle connecting Granada Boulevard, Sevilla Avenue, and DeSoto Boulevard, but as a point of civic pride, where residents and visitors can often be found taking photos and admiring the structure that helps to keep Coral Gables cemented in the architectural world. This is Adam Yogel for Coral Gables Television.
Drive through the DeSoto Plaza and Fountain and witness one of the City Beautiful's most impressive and iconic structures. Designed and built by renowned city artist Denman Fink, uncle to George Merrick, and former head of the art department at the University of Miami, the plaza serves not only as a traffic circle, but as a point of civic pride, one that helps define the city's historic architectural landscape.
Coral Gables has a vast landscape that includes many structures and landmarks that are unique in their architectural design and artful appearance. But perhaps one of the most memorable and iconic is the Alhambra Water Tower. Playfully referred to as the lighthouse which has never seen the sea,
the lighthouse which has never seen the sea,
the tower was built in 1924 and was an actual part of the city's domestic water supply system until 1931. When constructed, the tower consisted of two separate structures, the inner tank and the aesthetically pleasing outer frame. Although the tower has gone through a number of major restorations throughout the years, all made sure to stay true to the original design, a design conceived by renowned city artist Denman Fink. Often described as peaceful, colorful, and majestic, the tower was added to the U.S. Register of Historic Places in 1998. And although it no longer supplies the city's water, it does continue to serve as a testament to founder George Merrick's vision for the city of Coral Gables. This is Adam Yogel for Coral Gables Television. Coral Gables is home to a number of uniquely designed plazas and entrances that highlight the beauty and charm that the city is widely known for. Among them stands one that not only expresses Coral Gables' distinct architectural style, but represents one of the earliest building endeavors that helped cement the city as one of Miami's premier cultural destinations. The Douglas entrance is home to a large complex of shops, apartments, and an event space connected by a grand archway reminiscent of entrances to walled Spanish hill towns. Designed by Coral Gables' renowned artists and architects Walter DeGarmo, Phineas Pace, and Denman Fink, construction began on the entrance in 1925 and would be completed 2 years later. Known to many residents as La Puerta del Sol, or the Door of the Sun, the Douglas entrance was one of the first structures to showcase the city's Mediterranean Revival building style. Added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1972, the entrance not only stays true to its original design and purpose, but continues to showcase the City Beautiful's rich history and civic pride. This is Adam Yogel for Coral Gables Television.
Feast your eyes on the imposing Granada entrance, an arch entrance located at the intersection of Granada Boulevard and Southwest 8th Street. Built of native coral rock with oolitic limestone structures, this impressive entrance was planned by the city's designer, Denman Fink. It was completed in 1922 and is only one of 4 originally planned entrances to be built. The Granada entrance is one of the historic sites and one of the most important entrances to the picturesque city of Coral Gables. One of the outdoor jewels of the city of Coral Gables received a royal treatment of its own. One that shows how much the city takes care of its people and its structures that make up the City Beautiful.
Pressure cleaning is being done because, as you know, we are known as the City Beautiful, and we want to maintain a clean and a well-groomed facility. The fountain was in disrepair. Many of the pipes were corroded, and a lot of water was leaking, as well as the fountain was cracked.
The cracks were saw-cut and filled with modified cement. All the drains and valves were replaced, plus a gravity-fed line was sleeved to avoid cutting into the historical stone. The area was then treated and pressure washed. The entire fountain was sealed, and water was balanced to avoid staining. Furthermore, a saltwater treatment system was added, which reduces harsh chemicals and makes the fountain environmentally friendly. The enhancements to this important city landmark were completed before the Safer at Home emergency order and the additional requirements of maintaining social distancing and wearing face masks.
The whole process of pressure cleaning took about 3 days, and it was a number of gentlemen, 10 men, and 2 pressure cleaning machines to complete the entire job.
The amount of time it takes to keep the Country Club Prado fountain sparkling is well worth it, so that its guests and visitors can continue to enjoy the picture-perfect setting. Reporting for Coral Gables Television, I'm Rita Varios. Stay tuned for more entertaining and informative programming, and thank you for watching.
From the mainland, a causeway stretches across sparkling Biscayne Bay to Cape Florida and to Crandon Beach. Certainly one of the most magnificent bathing beaches in the world. This park area, operated as a county playground, is shaded by thousands of graceful palms, and was once part of America's largest coconut plantation. Fine roads and highways bring many sightseeing points of interest in the surrounding area within easy reach of the vacationist. Here is a case of giving the visitor the bird, a gaudy, colorful, and noisy costume. These macaws are completely free to fly about, with no cages, nets, or fences to restrain them. You and your family can enjoy the vacation thrills of this spot, and no matter where you live, you can reach it quickly, comfortably, and with utmost economy. Travel this year the roads to romance, to places you have always wanted to go. And when you travel, go in one of the quality motor cars your Chevrolet dealer has to offer. It will be your magic carpet that will carry you to the land of your heart's desire.
Siempre que te pregunto que cómo, cuándo y dónde, tú siempre me respondes quizás, quizás, quizás. Y así pasan los días y yo desesperando y tú contestando quizás, quizás, quizás. Estás perdiendo el tiempo pensando, pensando por lo que más tú quieras. ¿Hasta cuándo? ¿Hasta cuándo? Y así pasan los días y yo desesperando y tú contestando quizás, quizás, quizás. Estás perdiendo el tiempo pensando, pensando por lo que más tú quieras. ¿Hasta cuándo? ¿Hasta cuándo? Y así pasan los días y yo desesperando y tú contestando quizás, quizás, quizás. Perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. Quizás, quizás, quizás.